Coming up,
That's really good.
It's a mouthful, but it's good.
It is.
the turkey burger with the most flavor your kids will love to taste and help make is here.
We only want to focus on the biceps.
Morgan completes the TRX circuit we've been learning over the last few weeks, and we'll hop back into the kitchen to show you a health-packed meal featuring red lentil and shrimp. We'll also learn what you and your kids need to know for the upcoming school year, take a trip to South Beach, and give you some healthy actions to take during commercial breaks. All of that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie and welcome to the city of Weston, my hometown. Today I'm going to be taking a nice walk around town center in this beautiful park and sharing some SoFlo Health with you. We'll have fun facts and of course all of the information, workouts, and food that you're used to seeing here on our show. Do you know who else is from the city of Weston? Our good friend Morgan Shapiro. And guess what? Now I'm going to send you to another park here in Weston to use a tree to work out. If you've been paying attention over the last few weeks, you will have seen Morgan showing you how to use the TRX, and today is the third and final installment of a circuit workout that you can do anywhere. If you've been following along for the last 2 weeks, then you've seen us using this TRX suspension trainer. Morgan has showed us 2 different supersets over the last 2 weeks and to show you how to put a whole workout together. However, we're finishing that off with a little bit of a circuit today, correct?
Yes. Absolutely. So the first 2 times we did the big compound movements, right? So we're going to get into the last 3. We're going to start off with some biceps. So the hands are going to face forward. Again, the more your feet are closer to the tree, the harder it's going to be. The further, the easier. We are curling up and extending right back down, working those biceps. After we do that, we are moving to some tricep, bracing the core, and right back up. This kind of mimics what a lot of people do in the gym, and they refer to it as skull crushers. Very similar. Yeah. Very similar to that exercise with the barbell. And last, we are going to work the shoulders, the rear delts specifically. We're going to do V-ups. So your arms are going to go straight up to a V and then slow control back down. This works the back as well, but you're really going to feel it in the back of those shoulders. Those 3.
Okay.
You ready to show me what you got?
I'm ready.
All right, biceps to start. Hands faced up. And as you can see, his arms are straight out in front of him. Let's curl right up. Elbows don't drop down, perfect. We only want to focus on the biceps, really isolating that muscle. All right, triceps now. Elbows stay tight by your ears. This TRX, you can mimic a lot of the typical gym moves you would do with one piece of equipment wherever you want. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. And last one, working those shoulders.
Okay.
Hands start facing down.
Like this?
Yes, and you're focusing on these muscles right here and then straight on the way down. I do this one a lot in warm-ups before I'm going to do like a heavy bench press or something, just to get the shoulders in position and wake them up. Yeah. We're so rounded all the time, you got to pull them back.
Anything else? So now if we put all these together from the last 3 weeks,
that makes for a killer full body workout. Yeah, if you're gonna run through all of them, I would do like 2 to 3 rounds. Maybe keep the reps a little bit higher if you're starting off, just so, you know, by rep 3, you're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to feel. And you can kind of adjust your body, maybe 10 to 15 reps, 3 rounds, and that's a great workout.
Thank you so much for showing us how to use this. Thank you for following along with us over the last few weeks. Again, if you missed any of them, you can always go to SoFloHealth.com or YouTube.com/SoFloHealth. And if you do, go to @SoFloHealth on social media and share with us what you're doing to stay healthy and how it went for you. Morgan, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And we'll see you shortly. If you're taking a look at me, or any human for that matter, then you're looking at the largest organ on their body, and that is, of course, their skin. Your skin is not only the largest organ, but it protects you from disease, and it keeps you warm through a process called thermogenesis. Well, the thermogenesis is happening inside your skin, but your skin is keeping you warm, much like when you put something in a cooler to keep it cool. Now, what does that have to do with our next segment? Absolutely nothing, but it's a good thing to keep in mind so that you take good care of your skin. On with the show. This is a great show. You should actually check it out. But when you are watching SoFlo Health, you might want to get a little extra health in during the commercial breaks, or just anytime you're watching television. So today, we're going to show you how to do that. The good news is that the majority of stretches that you do only take about 30 seconds or so to actually get the benefit from them. And you can just repeat them throughout the day or at your leisure or during commercial breaks as we're suggesting here. Let's start with your hands. Take your hands, place them out in front of you, and spread your fingers as far as you possibly can. Once you've done that for a little while, then point your palms down and push as far down as you can. You'll feel it kind of tense up in your forearms. And then you can also do the opposite and push your wrists up or your palms up and towards your face. And after about 10-15 seconds each, it'll feel nice in your hands. And of course, you could always do a lap, whether that's walking around your table if you have one in your living room, or you just take a little roam around the house in the meantime. You could go off to the kitchen and grab yourself some water. But make sure whatever you do that you balance it out by going the opposite direction as well. As Dr. Sam told us in the past, might not seem like a whole lot, but trust me, you could easily add up at least 1/10 of your day's steps while watching TV. You know, I mentioned the water, I'm gonna get some. It's always a good idea to get some extra water in. And we say that a lot here on SoFlo Health, but it's one of the simple things that people forget because you get wrapped up in watching TV, doing work, or whatever it is you're doing. But it's important to take a break and walk over to the kitchen or wherever you have your water and have a sip. By the way, I left the water over there so that I can go grab it and get a few extra steps in during the break. The last thing we'd like to show you is going to require a little bit of floor space, so I need to get rid of this table. That's much better. Next, all you'll need is a towel and meet me on the floor. Place it behind you, lay down, and put it under your neck. I started with about 30 seconds or so, and now I do it for about 2 minutes, and that's all you need to relieve a lot of the pressure in your neck, and most importantly, undo all of the looking down that we do on a regular basis. Or if you're sitting on the couch or laying back on the couch in a crinked up position, this is a great way to help relax the muscles in your neck and to put your spine in a better alignment. Thanks, Dr. Sam, for that one. Okay, the last thing I have to show you is something you've probably done in high school health class. It's a stretch that is very uncomfortable if you're tight in your lower back, but it's great to work on. Once you've spread your legs to a comfortable position and you start to reach forward, you will feel the stretch taking place, and as soon as you get to that point, just relax. You can always go over to each ankle if you'd like, slowly in each transition. Even just sprinkling in these little habits will add up over time, and you'll be surprised at how much more limber you'll be, how much better you'll feel, and how much more hydrated you are, especially if you're drinking that water. Now's the time to practice those commercial break moves we just showed you. A tasty, healthy shrimp dish and a fun visit to South Beach are coming right up after the break.
Focusing on you from your team of experts at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center, South Florida's only National Cancer Institute designated cancer center.
On his honeymoon 20 years ago, Mike Pulver felt a chronic earache he knew just wasn't right.
I ignored it. It came and went for 4 months.
When Mike went to see Dr. Donald Weed, a head and neck surgeon at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center, he was diagnosed with stage 4 laryngeal cancer.
Doctor, tell us what types of conditions you treat at Sylvester.
Our most common cancers are tobacco-related cancers that typically occur in the mouth or the throat, the back part of the tongue, the larynx.
Sylvester, one of a select few NCI-designated cancer centers in the country, is home to one of the largest head and neck cancer groups nationwide.
Radiation oncologists and medical oncologists and the pathologists and the neuroradiologists all collaborating for the evaluation of what that patient has and what we think the best treatment approach will be.
Mike underwent a complex 15-hour surgery.
We reconstructed him by transplanting skin from the wrist area into the mouth.
Dr. Weed says a good attitude and engaging in speech and swallowing therapy are keys to success. Mike is now cancer-free and enjoying life.
Dr. Weed gave me my life back.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and we're taking a walk through my hometown of Weston, sharing all of the usual healthy info and fun with you. Now here on SoFlo Health, we like to make sure that we eat the rainbow and get all of those nutrients from all of the different colors in the beautiful produce that we eat. And today we have a delicious recipe for you to show you that eating healthy doesn't have to taste bad. And the feature color is red with this red lentil dish. There seems to be a theme here with the dishes that we make for you, and a lot of them are just kind of bowls of food, and that's good for us because it's easy, it tastes great, and most importantly, it's healthy for you. So today we're gonna have another bowl-based meal, and that's going to be curried shrimp with red lentils. Now, these are red lentils. They have the same amount of protein pound per pound as beef. Now, of course, you can't eat as much without feeling extremely bloated, but that just shows you how much protein you can find in lentils. In addition to the red lentils, we have some greens here. This is baby spinach. We also have shrimp that we're adding for some extra protein and a little fat. And then we have the curried flavors and seasonings that we're going to be adding as well, along with some tomato. This is cilantro. We've got butter that is unsalted. We have ginger, garlic, coconut cream, garam masala, which is coriander, cumin. We also have shallots, salt, and pepper for some delicious flavor. When you talk about Indian cuisine being healthy and it's associated with health a lot, that's because so much of it is plant-based. It's also full of spices that are not just good for you when it comes to your nutrition, but also with a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. Especially here, we've got ginger, which is anti-inflammatory, and it's also really good for your digestion. So I'm excited to get this dish started, so let's do it. So here is our final product on the curried lentils side. And on my right, we have the shrimp. So now, simply just gonna take out a little bit of this lentil, get some shrimps in here. Wow. My favorite part about it, the lentils become almost like a mashed potato texture, but have the flavors of all the coriander and the curried elements we put in there, the ginger, the garlic. You can taste a little bit of everything. It's a little spicy, not from the heat, but just a little spice and kick in your mouth without being overpowering. You could add more salt to this. I'm somebody that eats dishes with almost no salt in them. So right now, I think this could use probably a little bit more salt for the average person, but if you're like me and having a lot of salt isn't a big deal to you, it's perfect as is. But I gotta say, just another healthy dish right here on SoFlo Health. While I do love my hometown of Weston, I must admit that there are plenty of places in South Florida to get healthy and to enjoy yourself. And one of those is actually South Beach. Nope, it's not just a tourist trap. There is plenty to do there, and Jenna Mark is going to show you how.
SoFlo Health's Healthy Travels, sponsored by GBG Travel.
Deco, fun in the sun, endless food, it's gotta be Ocean Drive. I'm Jenna Mark here on what may be the most famous street in all of SoFlo. And we're gonna show you how you can escape South Florida living without ever having to leave. Are you ready? One of the things you can do here on any given weekend is play beach volleyball. The courts are free and everyone is welcome. If volleyball's not your thing, but you still want to break a sweat, Muscle Beach is the place to be. Like those volleyball courts, it's free and everybody's welcome. After all that working out, you're bound to be tired. Rent a city bike and go up and down Ocean Drive and enjoy all the food and drinks this place has to offer. Now, of course, the first thing that people think about when it comes to visiting South Florida is the beach, but Ocean Drive has so much more to offer. My favorite part about Ocean Drive, all the food and drinks. I'm gonna go grab myself a pina colada. I'll see you next time.
SoFlo Health's Healthy Travels, sponsored by GBG Travel.
When SoFlo Health returns, our friends at Common Threads share a turkey burger recipe packed with flavor for you and your kids to make together. Plus, we'll visit a local charter school to find out what to expect in the coming school year. It's always nice to take a load off during a walk when you get a little tired, and that's why these park benches exist, and I'm utilizing that here in Weston. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke, and on this walk I have worked up an appetite, and I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to eat? And then I'm reminded of this turkey burger. I know what you're thinking, aren't those dry and kind of plain? Not this one. In fact, we made it with Common Threads, an organization that helps to teach your kids and you how to make healthier options to keep the whole family well. Let's take a look.
Today we're making Australian turkey burgers. We're going to be using ground turkey. It's a lean meat, very little fat, so great option for healthy cooking. We're going to add to it cooked quinoa. Quinoa is a whole grain, so it's got a lot of nutritional value. And it's going to give the burgers a little bit of texture. We're going to add to that egg. Egg in burgers is like the glue that brings it all together. Give it a little spin. The egg will go right into the mixture with the turkey and the quinoa. Next, we're gonna shred some zucchini. This is a great addition because it also gives a lot of moisture to turkey. Ground turkey is very lean, therefore very dry. So you have to add some moisture to it. So this is a great way, nutritious way of doing that. We're gonna add Worcestershire to that, a couple of drops of that. The first thing that we teach kids is to use what we call a bear claw. So they're curling their fingers all the way underneath, keeping those fingertips nice and safe. And then using that bear claw, you're gonna go in and slowly make some slices. So the other technique is called rock and chop. So here you put your hand on top of the knife like this, and you're gonna rock and chop back and forth until it's all nice and minced. This is a really great activity for kids to do at home. It's super safe. They love doing it, and I promise if you have your kids help cook with you, they will taste the food that you're making. So we're gonna top our turkey burgers with some Australian flavors. Pineapple, this is shredded beetroot. We're gonna add some cheese and some lettuce, and these are whole wheat buns. This is a really great alternative to regular hamburgers. Very little fat in here. We have vegetables in here, whole grains, and lean protein, so it's really a complete meal and super, super healthy. We're gonna finish it off with some ketchup and mustard. Hunter, would you like to try some of our Australian turkey burgers?
I would. All right.
All right, so you take the big one.
I'll take the big one here.
I'll take the small one.
All right, let's see how we did. Or really how you did. I didn't do anything.
Yes.
I was just off in the background. Watch.
You got a big bite.
All right, here we go. That's really good.
It's a mouthful, but it's good.
It is. It's juicy, it's fluffy, it's got a nice texture to it. So if people want to learn more about Common Threads or recipes for their kids, how can they?
CommonThreads.org. Tons of recipes from countries all over the world. You can explore the world through food.
What she said. Here's a fun health toid. Legend has it that smelling rosemary may improve alertness and memory. So catch a whiff of some rosemary before an important test or an important meeting. And if you don't necessarily believe that, you win either way because rosemary smells great. And if you don't want to smell it, throw it on some chicken. Tastes good too, it's good for you. Back to school is just around the corner, so we wanted to find out what you, the parents, and probably more importantly, what your kids need to know before heading back to school. That's why we're at West Broward Academy in Coconut Creek. Let's go find Principal Hugie to find out more. What should we expect in this new school year coming out of a pandemic?
We should expect parents and students to be anxious, nervous, but most of all excited.
Sounds like a normal school year.
A normal school year, and we're going to make it normal as possible. We're going to have music, decorations. We're going to rock the red carpet. It's going to be so much fun when they get here.
And what should parents be preparing for? Because last year was largely virtual for a lot of people. What should they prepare for this year?
Normal routine. Make sure the students go to bed early, get up, eat a healthy meal, make sure they get here on time. Be patient, because you know car line is going to be ridiculous because everybody is coming back, and expect to be excited.
Yeah. Is there anything that kids should anticipate specifically?
Before the pandemic, our first priority at West Broward, and I'm sure across Broward County, is making sure that our students are safe. And so we practice safety before the pandemic, and we're surely going to practice safety now while we're coming out of this pandemic.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Let's go find Miss Garcia. This year is going to be different than last year because you're probably going to have a lot more people here in person. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I would assume so.
Are you looking forward to that?
I am. I like the kids. I can't wait to see their faces because I've got this vision. I can't wait to see their faces.
And just general tips for getting prepared for the school year. Maybe it's first-time parents that are going to be sending their kids off to school for the very first time that didn't know what it was like before, and then a reminder for the parents that are used to the old routine.
Since we have this don't touch other people's stuff, make sure they have all the school supplies so that they've got everything that they need, and perhaps prepare the kids that have been home for so long that they're now going to have social interactions with other kids. The older kids is just bigger kids, bigger problems, right? So they have more. Make sure the kids know what the protocol is about how to interact with others and what to say and what not to say, what to do and what not to do, but those are parents' jobs.
Well, we thank you so much for what it is that you do, and we're looking forward to a fun, happy, and successful school year.
Me too. Thank you.
You got it.
All right.
SoFlo Health will be right back, but consider this over the break. Which fat of all the fats is the healthiest? Before the break, I asked you, which of all of the fats is the healthiest? And the answer is extra virgin olive oil, and that's according to PubMed.com. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke, and the reason it is the healthiest fat is because of the antioxidants that it provides and all of the heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. And one more fun fact for you before we go also has to do with olives. Did you know that olives are the only fruit that produce oil as its natural juice? Yes, we can get oils from avocado and coconut, which are also fruits. However, they don't naturally have oil as their juice, whereas olives do. And I think that's pretty cool, and they're delicious. That's all for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloHealth.com or on YouTube. Just search SoFlo Health. You can also follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. And until next week, it's goodbye and good health. Next week on SoFlo Health, we'll show you how video games can get you moving and be good for your health. Morgan has a leg day workout you can do from home. Dr. Sam keeps your posture safe in the car, and we visit a local superfood spot making great meals paired with healthier treats. More SoFlo Health is on the way next Sunday. We'll see you then.